Yeah, hi folks. The Bastard here. About Ultima 8, I have now uploaded a new episode. It will come up after this video. But I just wanted to apologize how bad the voice quality is. I mean, I sound kind of like robotic or something. I am Crowley 9 haven't been able to um, totally eliminate all the problems, technical difficulties we've been encountering, but just bear with us. I will upload new episodes whenever possible. And now, enjoy the next Let's Play of Ultimate.
Hi folks, I'm the Bastard and with me as usual.
Crowley9 here. And now...
And this time around we are in some sort of mansion.
Yeah.
Grid mansion down inside the mountain.
Yeah, I started actually thinking about this when looking through this video before this recording, that it feels kinda odd to me how in this game you have all these houses built inside caves.
Well, perhaps this is some sort of a pre-apocalyptic world-based thing. I mean, there has been a great nuclear war and crap like that, and that is why people had to build houses inside the dungeons, so they will be like safe from the nuclear fall and radiation and crap like that.
Well, actually this is a rather interesting world, this pagan thing. You should read the manual to get the background on that.
Well, if we look into Ultima series, for an example, especially the earliest ones, I never actually have played the earliest Ultima games, like 1, 2, 3.
I've played them all.
Look those games. There's like space rockets and laser phasers and crap like that, so it's like, as Spoony would say, ultimate combination of nerdness.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if you've watched Spoonie's videos about them.
Yeah, I watch his videos and I love him.
Yeah, okay, and I think that lever we put inside the house is what made those red platforms appear. And then we have these platforms, which I think in the unpatched versions these actually move around.
Well, I'm just glad this doesn't move around, since in this game jumping ain't quite what the strongest way of the game playing.
Yeah, and actually in the unpatched version the jumping is much trickier, since here you'll jump where the mouse pointer is pointed at, but in the unpatched version, as I recall, you will jump in the direction you are facing, and how far the pointer is from the avatar will determine how long the jump is.
Yeah, this game's jumping is kinda broken, even in the patched version, even though it has been made much more easier.
Yeah. And of course it's, well, when jumping over instant death pits, it's good idea to save your game beforehand.
Yeah, this game really does require lots of saving. I mean, it's a neat feature, but still, every time you jump down into the water and that Leviathan comes and eats you, you're like, God damn it, now I have to do it again.
Yeah. And speaking of such things, there goes the platform.
You suck.
Well, but not very much.
But it's kind of cool when they like added platforms like this. I mean, that effect, how they face in and face away. I found it interesting.
Yeah, it's a very cool looking effect.
I mean, in these days, you don't really see that kind of an effects, special effects in platforms or anything at all. It's like, I'm not sure if they could do that. They possibly could, but they pretty much what they use is like transparent things,
Yeah.
so it has phase in and phase out, or there's like crap load of light effects.
Yeah.
And we have lots of exploding mushrooms again.
Yeah, and one was right hidden behind that stalagmite. And there was a locked door.
We have
and
more mushrooms. Yay! Mushrooms, and what the fuck is that?
this is some kind of a force field maze. And on the other side of this will be the key to that locked door we just saw.
Oh, I see.
And the way to figure out where the force fields are is to throw around mushrooms, but it doesn't seem to work reliably all the time, like...
Well, yeah, the other thing that is quite broken in this game, it's picking up items and throwing them around.
How so?
Well, as you can see, most of the time when you try to pick up something or throw it down somewhere, it doesn't either or take it, or it just, it just is painful.
I don't know, it seems pretty clear to me. Well, you have to be close enough to pick something up, and then when you sort of move that ghost silhouette...
And then you die.
Yeah, and when you move that ghost silhouette around, when the mouse pointer turns into a crosshair, that's when it's far enough that you actually throw it.
But I think we can pardon this game for these little faults. I mean, these fucking dungeons, they're just so fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Especially those catacombs, I still at it. I'm still amazed by them.
Yeah. Yeah, this game does have its shortcomings, but I still think it's pretty cool. Unlike, say, Ultima 9.
Oh Lord, Ultima 9. Why, Lord British, why?
Because of Electronic Arts.
Oh yeah, EA. Sucks with everything. Seriously, every damn game out there, which, every damn game out there where EA has had even a slightest bit part of, especially, well, except the earliest ones of EA games.
Say before 1995 or roughly about.
Flashback, I believe. I think that was EA's.
Oh, what? Now I didn't catch that name. What did you say?
Flashback.
Flashback.
Yeah, I believe that was EA's.
Yeah, I don't.
That is possibly the EA's only good game.
Oh, I don't know. I've done the Strike series. That's from EA.
Well, perhaps it has some hidden games, but they aren't the best games out there. They're good, but clearly doesn't compete with the rest.
Yeah. I don't know. I still say Electronic Arts in general around the early 90s, they were good, but it kinda went down later on.
Yeah, and that's really sad, especially when they became like money-hugging business. They started to just think of money. They bought all the other businesses out there.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. I mean, of course, well, all business is about money, but still.
Yeah.
And
well, anyways, they bought other gaming companies.
Yeah,
so they wouldn't anymore compete with them, and then they just started to make like what's a fucking word again? Conveyor belt crap. I mean,
yeah.
You know what happened to Command and Conquer? It went downright bad.
Yeah, I'm not much of a strategy gamer myself, but personally I found the Red Alert 3 just sad how it's so much about being comedic and camping it up, and it...
Yeah, Well, they had the good actors, but yeah, it was way too much of comedy.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, holy shit, how did they get that guy into that game? And I was like, wow, this is kind of cool thing. But when I watched the walkthrough and tried the game itself, I was like, oh, good lord, why?
And here I finally decide to swallow my pride and rest for a while. I have this strange preference or obsession about trying to make it as far as I can with recovering health by rest as little as possible in these games.
Well, that's your obsession. By the way, did you just took a nap under of that barrier trap?
Yeah, I pretty much slept in the middle of this.
Wow.
Yeah.
This guy can sleep anywhere.
Yeah, as long as there are no enemies around.
Oh yeah. As long as there is no enemies around, this guy can even sleep in a fucking fire.
Yeah, pretty much. You can take a nap in something like a small island in the middle of lava. Okay.
I think he's one of those heavy sleepers who doesn't like... who ain't concerned by anything. He's like, I gotta sleep now, fuck all of this, and then he's like,
And there as I emptied the treasure chest, I noticed that I actually did have one potion that would have healed me fully, so I didn't really need to sleep after all, but oh well.
Well, good thing about this game is that sleeping ain't so painful of a thing.
Yeah. And especially that, since this game does not require you to eat regularly.
Good lord for that, I mean... According to Spoody's reviews, and yes, I do believe them, in earlier Ultima games you had to eat a lot.
And in the early Ultima games it was that you run out of food, it's instant death. And now that I think back about this review of or retrospective of Ultima 7, it's kinda odd that he didn't address the feeding there at all. I mean, lots of people think it comes pretty obnoxious how the party members start complaining that I'm feeling a little hungry, I must have food now.
Well, I'm not so familiar with Ultima 7. Only game I've played a lot is Ultima 4, and that is for Sega Master System. I really love that game, even though it doesn't seriously have any plot other than go do something and that's it. It's still one of my favorite games out of all times. I don't know why. Just is, and I still haven't fucking beat that game.
Okay, and also one thing to note about the patch is, well, back in that force field maze, we picked up, and they fell into the water again.
One thing to notice is that you failed a jump.
And sometimes the jumping is a bit weird in how when you jump at the edge of something, the avatar wiggles back and forth before falling down.
Yeah, sometimes it does that. It's annoying.
Yeah, but anyway, about that, at the end of the force field maze, he picked up a large red gem, which says blue field passage gem or something like that. I remember that is also something they changed in the patch, was the name of that gem. I think it was earlier something like the Guardian gem or something, and apparently it wasn't clear enough that what it did with that name.
Well, I suppose, I mean, of course it is fun to figure out what the fuck to do in the games like this, but when it's totally unclear, then it's just what the balls kind of thing. And you just made the longest jump in mankind's history.
Yeah, and with no run up. Yeah, it's
Man, that dude, the Guardian or whatever, who is in this game, he seriously seems to hate you a lot.
yeah, it's kind of weird how all these stalactites decide to fall just as you're passing nearby.
Well, he's laughing at you right now.
Ah, well, he does that. He seems to like giving those big villainous laughs, which, of course, is one of those things you should never do as an evil overlord.
Hey, evil overlords should laugh a lot. It's like their thing. They're, for an example, Lahar is like, and then we have this Mao who is like, wah, 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 and you died again.
Yes, I did.
You will never be a good overlord.
Who knows? Oh, and look. Oh.
You made the luckiest jump ever.
And now actually one of those small lizards actually killed another one by stepping on it.
Perhaps it was hungry.
Yeah, and I think it just did it again.
It's growing up. I think it's growing up. He's like, yeah, I've got weight, I can stomp on it.
Yeah.
You bitches.
And there were some of those spiders there, and
Spiders fucking suck.
yeah, well, at least the small spiders aren't so much of a problem in this game, but then we have those giths, which are...
Well, yeah, but you can only guess how much problem they are in Lords of the Rings online. I was like, okay, I want to play as a human, so I don't look like a queer or some sort of a fucking dwarf. I mean, I seriously hate
I mean,
tiny people in multiplayer online games, since they are fucking every game, and they are annoying as fuck.
and
Okay, I started the game as a human and spiders. Lots of fucking spiders. There is no fucking quest without spiders, and I'm like, I'm going to die.
I mean, in the books there was one giant spider and it was right next to Mordor.
Yeah, just one fucking spider, and when I complained it about in the game itself, people were like, oh, grow up, and I was like, hey, fuck you, I'm an arachnophobic, I fucking hate spiders. And, well, why did you start from this place of the area? And I was like, what the fuck, there was just one spider in the whole fucking book. And I ain't that kind of fucking spider.
Yeah, but perhaps we should get back to the game.
Never.
Fine then.
Or mushrooms. This is like Mushroom Kingdom for all those narkies out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they would like live a happy life in this cave if we don't count all these golems, zombies, and skeleton warriors.
Hey, this world is covered by clouds all the time, so mushrooms are pretty much the main food crop.
Well, I suppose, but I can only imagine that there are like people in these caves, and they're like eating those mushrooms with those trolls, and they're like, dude, this is so awesome.
Easy.
And perhaps those
Is it
bones
real?
you can see in these dungeons, I mean, those bones are everywhere, is the bones of those narc peoples, those narc peoples who like have eaten too much mushrooms. I'm sure of it.
I never thought about it that way. And here we have, what? Arm
Loading
guards.
box and new arm guards, which raises your defense by 1.
Well, it's better than what we had before.
Well, it's kinda better, but that was kinda lame.
Yeah. Of course, there's magical arm guards also, but wait a minute. Actually, I do remember where we find them, but I'm not telling yet.
Alright, what the hell is that app thing? does it just tell you, fuck you?
Oh, actually it's supposed to be 2 mountains.
Oh.
It'll teleport you back to a similar platform near the beginning of the dungeon.
Oh, that will suck.
Yeah. But luckily I was clever and figured out how to jump back from there.
Yay for your cleverness.
Indeed.
Ultima 8, with 80% of more cleverness.
Yeah.
There is also another one of those in this cave. Does it do the same?
Another one of what exactly?
Of those fuck you buttons.
Well, there are several around this cave.
So they all send you back into the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that explains the app.
Yeah, and there are a bunch of undead up there. We won't be going there just yet. I think in the beginning of the next video we do. And there's another one of those teleporters, and we will find a different kind of teleporter in here, I believe.
Yeah, there was the teleport to down thing, or what?
And there's that platform where you can teleport with the red circle thing.
Yeah, I thought so.
And
So, we are pretty much out of the time, so I'm the bastard, and with me I had...
Crowley 9, and bye-bye.
Yes, we are pretty much saying bye-bye.